Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Depend on what time you are studying right now and listening to our uh, subject. Welcome to Introductions to Operations Management. I hope you're doing well, you are healthy, and you are in the uh, momentum of listening and have fun in our topics uh, this day. Okay, let me share with you my presentations and we will start our discussions. Okay, introductions to operations management. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening again, class. Today, we're diving into operations management. Sa madaling salita, ito yung process ng pagpaplano, pag-organize, at pag-supervise ng lahat ng activities para mag-transform ng inputs tulad ng materials, labor, at energy into a outputs. When we say outputs, which are the goods or services na kailangan ng customers natin. Mahalaga ito na sa lahat ng organizations, whether you are in a manufacturing or service base. Kasi it makes sure na efficient and effective yung operations. Meaning, nami-meet natin yung customers' demands, kung ano ba yung gusto nila, while also optimizing resources. So kayo, sa tingin niyo, ano yung mga nakikita ninyong example ng operations management sa mga lugar na pinupuntahan ninyo or sa mga bagay na ginagamit nyo araw-araw? Okay, so let's dig pa dun sa mga topic natin later on. So let's talk about the key functions of operations management. Meron tayong ilang major areas dito na dapat nating tutukan. Number one is the product and service designs. Dito, nagde-decide tayo kung anong products or services ang pwede nating i-offer at kung paano natin ito magagawa o mapuproduce. Example, yung car manufacturer gumagawa ng kotse na nagdi-design ng bagong modelo. Pipiliin nila yung materials, processes na nararapat at suppliers para ma-ensure na pasado sa quality standards yung final product. Ganon din sa service industry. Halimbawa, ikaw yung gumagawa ng bagong software. Kailangan pag-isipan yung interface design para user-friendly at functional siya sa end users. Okay? Gets? Number two, process design. Ito naman yung pag-determine ng workflow, resources, at technology na kailangan para mag-produce ng goods or services. Ditin ko, this is the way of determining the workflow, resources, technology required to produce goods or services. Example, imagine sa isang fast food restaurant, ano bang kilala? McDonald's, Jollibee, Mang Inasal, Chowking. So dapat planado kung paano nakaayos yung kitchen para mabilis at accurate yung orders. Ganon din sa factory setting. Kailangan planuhin kung saan ilalagay yung mga machines, equipment para ma-optimize yung production process. Number three is the supply chain management. Ang focus naman dito ay pagmamanage ng relationships with suppliers and distributors. para sure na smooth ang flow ng materials at products. Kasi kahit gaano tayo kakumpleto sa ating labor, gaano tayo kakumpleto sa ating equipment, and sa ating mga finances or any other capital, kung walang magpo-provide ng materials na kailangan natin para makapag-produce tayo ng products, hindi rin tayo aabante. So it is very important. That's the supply chain management. So tulad ng sa isang clothing brand na nagsusource ng fabric abroad ng tela, crucial ang timing ng deliveries para maiproseso agad at maipadala ang finished product sa stores in time for the seasonal sales. So kaya kailangan planado yan. Okay? Number 4 is the quality management. Balik natin. Syempre, we need to ensure na yung products or services na inilalabas ay pasado sa customers' expectations. Hindi lang sa customers' expectations, but also to the regulatory standards. Say for example, kung kung smartphone manufacturer tayo, bawat batch ng phones ay dadaan sa rigorous testing. Ibig sabihin, i-check yung defects, itatry kung yung malakas ba yung signal or yung battery ba ay buhay bago yan i-release sa market. So that's the importance of the quality management. The number 5 is the capacity management. So importante rin na mabalance natin ang demand at ang kakayahan ng organizations na mag-produce ng goods or services. Hindi pwede na pa-order lang tayo ng pa-order, kuha lang tayo ng kuha. Hindi po pwede yon kasi meron tayong limitations. At dyan pumapasok yung tinatawag nating capacity management. So, example, isipin mo, during the Christmas season, yung mga toy manufacturers o yung mga gumagawa din ng mga regalo, nag-a-adjust ng production capacity yan. So, nag-hire ng extra workers or nag-allocate ng production capacity. Okay? So, nag-hire sila ng extra worker at yun, nagbibigay sila ng additional shift para ma-meet yung demand na kailangan. So, kapag tapos na yung peak season, let's say for example, December, tapos na yung November, December, ay balik na yan sila ulit sa normal operations. So, that's the capacity management. The next one is the inventory management. When we say inventory management, it is a managing stocks level because yun, napaka-crucial yan para maiwasan ang tinatawag na overstocking or understocking na pwedeng makaapekto sa profitability natin. Okay? So, bakit? Overstocking, baka kasi tulog yung pera. Sobrang instead na mapaikot mo pa, sobrang dami na nang naka-stock sa atin. Hindi pa natin mai-sales o mai-dispose. Ganun naman kapag understocking. Sayang din ang kita. Dahil baka kailangan mo na yung materials para makapag-produce ka ng product, pero dahil hindi ka pa naka-order, understock ka, hindi ka ngayon makapag-produce. So, it will affect the profitability. Okay? So, example na yan for our retail store, kailangan natin ng accurate inventory management system. Bakit? Para matrack ang sales in real time. Kung high-tech sila, they might use the what we call just-in-time inventory methods. So, para walang sayang na stocks. So, those are the key functions of the operations management. We have the product design, product and service design, we have the process design, supply chain management, quality management, capacity management, and inventory management. Okay, ano nga ba ang role ng operations management in organizational strategy? Um, okay, let's discuss this. The role of operations management in organizational strategy. Dito pumapasok yung pagiging competitive ng isang company. For example, kapag mahusay sa Lean manufacturing ang isang company, they can reduce waste. Okay? They can lower costs. And if that the case, eventually offer lower prices than their competitors. I will repeat. Kapag mahusay sa lean manufacturing ang isang company, they can reduce waste. Walang tapon, nababawasan yung tapon. At kapag nababawasan ang tapon, lower costs, bumababa yung gastos. And eventually, pag mababa ang gastos, they can offer lower prices than their competitors. So when we say operations management, it also involves making a strategic decision like choosing the right facility, location, product mix, uh, technology implementation. So kapag tama ang decision sa mga areas na to, makakatulong tong makabuo ng competitive advantage. Okay? Okay. Now, pag-usapan natin ang 5 key performance objectives in operations management. So these are the quality, the speed, dependability, flexibility, and cost. The first one is the quality. Uh, Providing products or services that meets the customer expectation. So halimbawa, sa isang luxury car brand o kaya bags. So may mga nakikilala tayong mga branded na tinatawag natin, di ba? Dapat flawless ang bawat detalye. So from the leather seats hanggang sa smooth performance ng engine, kahit isang maliit na defect yan, pwedeng makaapekto sa reputations ng brand. That's what we call quality. Sa inyong mga sapatos, sa inyong mga damit, sa inyong mga ginagamit ng mga cosmetics, that's what we call quality. Okay? So, yan ang isa sa mga objectives ng operations performance, quality. The second one is speed, bilis, di ba? So when we say speed, it is minimizing the time it takes to fulfill customers' orders. So we are talking about the efficiency here, okay? Yung bilis. Kung kailangan ba ng customers natin na within 3 days, kaya ba natin maibigay within 3 days? O baka kaya natin yan within 2 days? Pag nag-order tayo sa McDonald's or sa Jollibee or kahit sa ano pa mang fast food chain, ang normal natin is to wait 20 minutes bago tayo makakakuha ng ating order at makakain. Pero sometimes, dahil sa bilis nila, pwedeng within 10 minutes to 15 minutes na ipoprovide nila ang order natin. And of course, isa sa mga examples na maganda rin is yung sa online shopping. So, crucial yung speed ng delivery dito, di ba? Kaya yung mga company tulad ng mga Amazons ito sa sa Amerika, sa Shopee dito sa Pilipinas, Lazada sa atin, they invest heavily in logistics at automated warehouses para mabilis ang processing ng orders. Number 3 is dependability. Okay. When we say dependability, it ensuring reliable and consistent delivery of products or services. Okay? Examples. Kung airline company ka, importanteng on time lagi ang flights mo. Nako, Cebu Pacific, Philippine Airlines. Hindi lang para maiwasan ang customer complaints, kundi para mag-stand out ka sa industry na iyong kinabibilangan. Okay? Number 4, this is what we call the flexibility. So, When we say flexibility, it is refers to being able to adapt operations to changes in demand or product specifications. Oh, ano ang trend? Okay? Sa fashion industry, flexible ang mga production lines para maka-adapt sa biglaang changes sa design trends. Halimbawa, may viral na fashion trend. Dapat ready yung mga production team kaagad dyan to switch gears, di ba? At mag-produce ng bagong styles. Hindi lang yan. Let's say for example, sa mga music, oh, ano na ba ang in demand ngayon? Ano na ba ang genre na kinakahiligan uh, ng mga ng mga tao ngayon? Okay? That's what we call flexibility. So when we say cost, the panglima natin, it is important na to minimize cost, to maintain profitability and offer competitive pricing. Kasi 'di ba sa mas maliit na gastos, mas malaking kita. Okay? So it is important to minimize the cost. So sa isang fast food chain, let's say for example, para makapag-offer ng mas mura at competitive na pricing, dapat efficient ang lahat ng steps from sourcing of ingredients to productions hanggang sa service to customers. So that is very important. So ito yung limang operations performance objective. Ulitin natin, number 1 is quality, number 2 is speed, number 3 is dependability, number 4 is flexibility, and number 5 is cost. Okay, yan lang po ang for the meantime ang our introductions to management, and of course later part na sa mga susunod na araw ay mapag-uusapan natin yung mga mas detalyado ng about operations performance. Hihimay-himayin na natin yan. Okay? We have here the activities na pwede nating pag pagpraktisan. So nandyan yung tinatawag nating process mapping exercise, the case study analysis, and group project on supply management. So ito ay pwede nating pagpraktisan. So pwede yung mga students create a process map for a simple service like pag mag-order tayo ng kape sa cafeteria or mag-order tayo ng food sa isang fast food, uh, paano yung nagiging steps. So you should identify each steps in the process and what are the resources involved, ano yung mga posibleng challenges, yung mga bottleneck ng cause of delay. So this helps them to understand, this helps you to understand the process and process design and flow. So wait for further instruction, okay? Number 2 is case study analysis. We will present a case study of a well-known company. Number 1 dyan, the best example dyan is the Toyota's Just-in-Time System or the GIT system. So dapat maging familiar na kayo sa mga abbreviation. Ano yung GIT? Ang alam ko lang, JNT. So the GIT is Just-in-Time System. Okay? So ang best example na company dyan is the Toyota. And of course, to analyze how operations management contributed to its success. So students should identify the operations management strategies and the impact on the company's performance. Okay, wait for further instruction again. Number 3 is of course the group project on supply chain management. So pwede dito, i-divide natin kayo siguro into 5 groups, ilan ba ang attendance natin, and assign to different companies kung ano man yung available dyan na pwede nating uh, i-analyze, i-assess. Okay? So each group should design a supply chain for this particular company. So considering factors like Ano ba yung, paano ba sila namimili ng supplier? Ano ba yung mga logistics nila? And of course, the inventory in management practices nila. So, you should present this supply chain design and explain how it support the company's operations. So, ayun yung ating uh, mga pwedeng maging activities. So, wait for further instructions ha. Kung ano yung matatapat sa atin. Baka isa lang dyan or pwedeng dalawa o pwedeng lahat. Okay. So, I hope it is a good start for this subject, the introductions to operations management. This is only a quick overview. Not so quick, but medyo comprehensive na rin siya. Okay? At yung mas details nung about operations management plus the TQM ay sa mga susunod na araw natin i-discuss. Okay? And I will give further instructions para at least lalo pa nating ma-enhance kung ano yung dapat nating ma-consider to develop this operations management kasi later on, kayo na yung aasahan sa mga company. Okay? Uh, Once again, thank you very much. That would end our topic. So, ingat kayo and of course, God bless everyone.